Alright, chat. Trying a variation on Black-White Tempo or Deadguy Ale here in Historic. We've got Evolve Sleeper and Liliana the Veil from Dominaria, as well as Sheoldred. We got some Shadowheart Sharran Clerics, a card that rewards us for hammering our opponent's life total down. We've got the digitally buffed Triumphant Adventurer along with Nadaar as kind of must answer threats that can generate card advantage if they go unchecked. We're notably playing 4 copies of Fragment Reality in our 75 because this is 1 mana Stone Rain against the blue-white deck playing all of the artifact lands while also being a flexible removal spell in other spots. This is one I'm going to want to keep an eye on to see if it feels good, bad, or otherwise in non-artifact matchups. Let's pop on into some games with this and see how it feels this morning. The slow lands seem odd to me in a deck that has a low mana curve. I mean, we have a number of things that curve to 3 and 4 like it is. And the basic planes that I had in that slot before I added one of the slow lands like also doesn't help cast our low curve black cards. A tapped black land helps us play on curve more than an untapped white land will in a lot of situations. Is one way to think about it. On Downright Fierce. Thanks for the half a year. Good morning. Take the Sky Shroud Partisan here because, well, we hit another discard spell. That's great. I was going to say, we get to Citystalker Connoisseur before they get to Collected Company, which is nice. In fact, I think I'm going to take their Clan Caller here and kind of stick on that plan. I have any double white cards in my main, right? Third black is more useful.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
You're supposed to bin the Connoisseur here. It's close though. Oh, yeah. Empty board, empty hands. I have a Planeswalker. Your move, Yugi boy. Creature Land is a pretty good hit for them. Evolve Sleeper is a good hit for us. The Shiny Kuma. Thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Glad to have you around in any way, shape, or form, Kuma.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
I'm gonna hit them this turn, and then we probably hold this back to trade with the layer next turn, but I want to draw at least one card with this, I think. Well, obviously we're losing the race, but I think it's important that I get a Scotia card advantage here. Am I winning the race now? Might be winning the race now. Yeah, I should definitely draw a card before playing the night. It's pretty scary. start by attacking with both. That's what they do. They have to jump block the knight. It is an abyss. The evolved sleeper only threatens to be a 7 this turn though, so you technically don't have to jump that one. Alright, so I know the Thoughtseize is like okay that game, but I think on average we don't want this effect. And I think this is just an all do blades on deck matchup, right? How many other things would I like to kill? All of them? Sleeper looked really impressive. This is a little slow. I think we leave in Liliana, even though they go wide sometimes, because we kind of just want to kill all of their stuff. And Liliana helps with that. I think I want Sheoldred as a way to gain life in addition to being an okay sized body. We trim a Nadaar just to limit our 3s. Fragment Reality just being a 1-for-1 with Land Elves seems great here as well. Well, I need to be attacking to win the game, Martian. So, like, attacking with Adventurer to, like, actually press forward is good, I think. I think Avocado hit the nail on the head when it comes to Liliana. I don't think Liliana is good when we're behind, but I think she takes games where we're kind of at parity and lets you convert them into getting ahead. Here's a card that is capable of generating 2-for-1s. I don't think overboarding is really a risk. Overall, we actually just boarded a lot of cards. This is a game that's probably an L. They have their engine set up, and we just did a bit of removal.
And I don't... We all have things we'd rather forget.
Yes, activate Clan Caller with Arc Druid at this point. Yeah, we're done. I probably should have mulliganed my hand that didn't have removal. Honestly, I think the Dart's probably better than this. I want to be able to push an attack early. What's going on, Tomatoes? I got you. Welcome back. One of my buddies has a Steam Deck. It's a neat piece of hardware. If you're in the market for what it does, it's probably the best at what it does out there. Mulligan to 5. We have push your elf into threat, apply pressure. Sounds good. It's a Steam Deck. It is a handheld Linux PC made by Valve. It's like a slightly bulkier Nintendo Switch. It doesn't have docking features like the Switch does, right? You can't like plug it into an external thing easily. The question is, will Steam support it after 5 years? I mean, will the hardware still be relevant after 5 years? Do I hold up Fragment Reality here, or do I bin the Fragment Reality to the Cleric, so that way we can start making a 2/2s? Getting rid of the War Master has some value. Let's close. I think I'm passing. Fragment the reality. Well, that was the worst possible one drop we could get them. Okay, that's not terrible. We take this and then just like keep the pressure on here. Oh, I could have put a counter here and attacked with this. Probably should have done that. I got another 2 points of damage. Your PC is 8 years old, although you did upgrade the GPU last year. I would argue that if you upgraded your GPU, you effectively have a new computer, especially when you look at the progress that has been made in GPUs overall. The black specialized effect is just Death Touch, or just Lifelink. So this makes 3 mana. I think with the planes drawn, we're just doing this. I don't really envision upgrading my PC personally anytime soon, unless I have a hardware failure. I plan to do most of my gaming on mobile or the PlayStation. Most of my PC gaming is stuff like this that's just not very hardware intensive. Oh, I messed up. Crap, I could have played the unspecial. I forgot that they changed their name, stupid digital cards. And I should have, they would be 1 lower, and I'd have another night token here. If I would have played the other Shadow. Thankfully, it doesn't change our clock at all, although I could have played a Liliana out. But they're still just dead in, they're still just dead in 2 now, right? We have the 2 end step triggers. Oh, I guess I could have specialized up lifelink on this one, huh? By discarding the Lily. Forgot this one's only 2 to specialize, right? Alright, are we good? Neither of these give trample, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. They can pump twice? Well, no, they have 11 mana. This costs 7, this costs 6. Unless I'm missing something huge here. There are some slaps this game, but it looks like we're gonna come out on top. That felt pretty reasonable. Fragment Reality felt okay. The fact that Fragment Reality is parity clear with 1-drops is really nice. How is the fold? I've liked the fold, Shiny. It does exactly what I wanted to do. Androids always had really good, Androids had really good multitasking capabilities on their software for a little while now, and having a bigger screen that can actually take advantage of running 2 applications at once is really nice. Only the hero of Dominaria. It's a nice one. Pretty sure it's a Pandelver angle to start. I just want to get some amount of value out of this. You think they scooped a little Lily? Let's find out. And this is actually kind of a perfect Lily hand for us. We discard a card this turn, but the next turn we go land, spell, plus Lily with an empty hand. And that's really where this card starts to take advantage in a deck like what we're playing. Our curve is low, we get our hand empty, so we +1 Lily for card advantage when our hand is empty. God, that feels good, chat. Get out of my Magic the Gathering game, blue-white control. Nobody loves you. Please leave. All right. Mind Spikes in, Fracture and Noxious Grasp in. The rest of this is fine. I don't think I want any of these cards up here. Sand's not good, but it's keepable. Nadaar, Black Castle goes a long way in this matchup, I'd wager. This is small, chat, but we actually want to play basic Swamp as opposed to Godless Shrine on 1, because this way if we draw Mind Spike or Thoughtseize next turn, we can shock ourselves in addition to our discard spell to trigger the 4 life clause on Knight of the Ebon Legion. Everybody gets some damages.
much. Drop it.
Drop it. Bad dog. Drop it. It's exactly what goes through my mind when I'm playing against blue-white control, chat. Phyrexian Arena is not Bob at home. Dark Confidant is good because it attacks and occasionally blocks. If you want a card that's Dark Confidant adjacent, you can play Glint Sleeve Siphoner, but we are currently playing in this shell, what's it called? We are playing the Adventure Guide to serve a similar role.
Don't overthink things.
Takedown Heavy is not remotely Phyrexian Arena. Stop it, get some help. Oh god, Liliana the Veil is the best card they ever added to Magic Arena, chat. And it's not particularly close. Listen, the formats on this platform right now need help in a couple of different ways, but Liliana was a wonderful addition. Temple Garden you're in. I'm listening. A creature Yorion deck, chat. That's so exciting. Our opponent is 91% shit. There's probably some spice coming. They could be an enigmatic deck. It looks like they're just kind of like a creature value deck, though, as Spellbinder and Prince. I do not think Liliana of the Veil is remotely close to being the problem card in any of the black decks that are strong in any of these formats. Which probably means Wizards of the Coast is guaranteed to ban her anyways, but I think they would. I think if they're looking for a card to get rid of, Liliana ain't it. But, you know, they often don't agree with my takes, so we'll see where we end up at, huh? By the way, chat, the Green Chef promo just popped up in chat as a note for anybody that was planning to use that before it was up to get a deck submission for the queue. That promo is over in 1 week. It's next Tuesday, so if you're thinking about checking them out to support my stuff and submit a deck to be played on stream as part of that promo, you gotta do it in the next week. Yeah, I agree that Fable's the problem set of some. I don't really watch any Magic the Gathering content these days, chat. The only content I really consume is what's it called? Looking for deck lists to play on stream myself. And usually I use a mix of Untapped, MTG Melee, and Twitter to figure that out. Oh, Nadaar. Okay, this is actually sick. So let's play this. Nadaar makes a treasure token, chat, which gives us Revolt. So we get to make this a 4/4. They have a 1-mana removal spell? Oh, I take that back. How could I forget Day9? I watch Day9 stream some on occasion. I watch Day9 play a variety of things. when he does Magic Constructed, I tune in. Oh, we think they have an Ephemerate? Sure. That's fine. I have 2 Fatal Pushes. Ephemerate's a good shout, though. I think we're definitely the beatdown here. Oh, this is great. They tried to get greedy and ephemerate something else, so I get to get both of them now. So they likely take 7 here. I guess they could jump block. But then this is gonna hit both of us into turn and I get a 2/2. Or Shadowheart Cleric? I guess I could take Nadaar because we get to -4 something next turn. Both of our threats are pretty good here. Ooh, speaking of pretty good here. I probably want to take the card out of their hand, actually, right? Yes, I did. Slightly less pressure, but seems good. Thanks for the over 2.5 years silence. Welcome back. Okay, so if I Sheoldred first, I'm gonna gain life when I attack with this. And they're taking at least 3, so they die to the Sheoldred trigger next turn. Alright, Ray of Enfeeblement and Noxious Grasp seem good. Fragment Reality seems not great. They have a lot of good things that they don't mind flipping out. Hey, thanks for the coming up on 6 years, Marty. Welcome back. Bill Plave's treating you well. The 4080s are coming out. Sure thing. Definitely not something I need. Do you want Skyclave to exile? I think Skyclave might be a little bit too clunky. I think if I want more removal, it's Fatal Push. Is this a matchup where Liliana's good? They have a lot of things I don't really care about killing. I think Liliana might actually be bad here. Maybe this is better than this at this point then. I can see that. Yeah, I'm glad graphics card prices sound like they're becoming a little bit more accessible. Like I mentioned, I'm just not in the market for any upgrades. I have a 2080 Super that does is more than adequate for what I use my computer for. No, the most graphics intensive thing my computer does is play Pokemon Unite in an emulator. Global energy usage has decreased by 0.2%. Ah, crypto. It really makes me chuckle and shake my head, all the outrage that's going on about gambling being advertised and promoted on Twitch when you could turn on most major streamers that are signed with an esports organization and see crypto advertisements on their overlay. Fun fact. When F2K ceased to exist, which was the last esports organization I was signed with to be a part of, one of the reasons why I didn't seek out to find another one was because after looking around, it didn't look like I was going to be able to avoid crypto and gambling ads through them. I was like, I can afford to not take your money. Let's just, let's not. Shout out to all the wonderful subs at home that provide me the agency to skip shilling crypto scams. Form my 2-drop into Renegade Rallier has been a gas for our opponent. Just passing here. This activates instant speed rate. Yeah. Get our friends back in end of turn here. Ray of Enfeeblement now, just in case they have double flicker. Yeah, I saw EVGA pulled out of making GPUs. That's kind of wild. Turn this into a 2-2 and crack them, I think. And we'll play Sheoldred out. I guess I could make a treasure token and also play Evolved Sweeper. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's just go super wide. Get on into the Tomb of Annihilation, huh? Think they're low enough that this is the line? So next turn, they have to discard a card, and then sacrifice an artifact, creature, or land. You can even threaten to fire up the Hive. Our deck seemed okay so far, chat. Which is fun. Triumphant Adventurer is the real deal. That card kind of slaps. Wish we had the modded version paper. Yeah, it would be nice. Is there any red-black in this format, and have we had to play against it? Red-black isn't super popular in Historic. There is a Jund mid-range deck that Untap says is somewhat popular, but we honestly don't run into it that often. I don't think Adanto Vanguard is very good anymore, Kyle. I think indestructible is just a dated keyword that doesn't provide enough protection. It's got Apollo. Thanks for the 26 months. Someday, chat, I'll tell my children about how indestructible is a relevant keyword, and they will laugh, shrug their shoulders, and say, okay, now put that card into the absolutely freaking forever removed from the game zone now, Dad. Any future Magic players look at indestructible, we look at regenerate? Yeah, probably. Design keeps heading in the direction that it's headed, for sure. I'm gonna play untapped white here, because I want to be able to get rid of whatever play they make, so I can play Nadaar on an empty board. I think it's almost always Pandelver in the dark, because it's just so easy to get value off of a scry right away, and then you draw a card in just 4 ventures. The third set of rooms are the worst on this one, and even those have some utility in key spots. Alright, Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Concede. Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Concede. Feels tempo. Sometimes people shove Spell Pierce with their control decks, but I'm gonna err. I think I'm gonna err on the side of tempo, huh? I'm gonna swap to Citystalker for a couple of Fatal Pushes. They could have been missing a color. We'll see. Fatal Push probably has text. What's going on, Zars? Thanks for the 3 years. Appreciate it. Hey, look at that, chat. We correctly guessed that they are a tempo deck. Ninjas make sense. We're gonna have a turn 1 4/4 though, which is not great for us. Yes. Whoa, whoa. We're gonna have a turn 2 4/4 as well. I gotta survive to get to this Sheoldred shit. It's a great draw. Now, look at how rewarded we were for boarding like they were a tempo deck. I know our opponent is currently having a little bit of a mediocre draw, chat, but if you haven't seen their deck before, I think it's very reasonable in the format. We've played it on stream before. You can find videos of it up on the YouTube channel. Played it a couple of times. It was reasonable both times. Had some okay results posted on, what's it called as well? Untapped. One jump blocker, please. Push face up. Should we have blocked with our knight? No, because then the push kills something else that I care about later, Beansy. It's not like I'm at a shortage of push targets. Which is pretty good. Fortunately, because I made a 1/1, I can't make this smaller. I think this is a lifelink angle, right? So, does 1 to each of us, but then we gain 2, so we net 1 on that end step trigger. And then obviously it's just a 4/4 with lifelink outside of that. Close race here, despite them having the turn 1 4/4, turn 2 4/4. Our deck has far exceeded expectations, chat. Obviously, that last match our opponent had kind of mid-league draws, but we've been keeping up. It's been sweet. I'll keep those that wide, I think. Hey, Kenobi, thanks for 37 months. Welcome back. Dude. This matchup's probably hard. Untapped says Red Black Goblin's been pretty popular. I should put that on the docket to play at some point. I think we're dead enough here that I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. What's going on, Lenny? Thanks for the third of the year. Welcome back. Lily's definitely very bad here. Push is good. I think Fragment Reality is actually okay here because we want to be able to turn Skirt Prospectors into big fat nothings. Skyclave Apparition matchup? Probably not. I think Citystalker Connoisseur is actually good because you can pick Muxus out of their hand. The rest of this seems fine. You Thoughtseize attack Muxus as well. We did have a very good poker hand. We're definitely going to be playing more of this one, chat. We're going to play it for another hour or so today, but based on the first hour, this deck is everything I typically like to do. Should have revisited this sooner, I think. Is this good enough? Maybe? I think this matchup is hard regardless of what our hand looks like. This hand's got a decent curve. Maybe we can just attack a bunch. It's hard for me to pass up a hand that like has a 1, 2, 3 curve. On the play especially. Sleeper isn't quite Knight of the Ebon Legion, but it does a good impersonation. Huh. We have a removal spell here. There's like baiting me. That's sad. I have much better to do with my mana. a little awkward that Shadowheart Clerics, 1 damage at the end of turn, can't count towards, is unable to count towards, triggering Night. I unfortunately don't have any white cards, but I definitely want to activate this turn. The lifelink can be relevant. We can discard the land. Let's discard basic land types to specialize as well. We couldn't specialize until they were at 13 life or less. That's why we didn't do a free combat. Oh, Magic's fun. It's just never not going to be silly to me that we have a nerfed Winona and that Muxus is still allowed to exist as it is. Stop playing against goblins. I think this matchup is atrocious for us. I'm not putting a bunch of narrow bad cards in my sideboard to make it better. And the play experience is just absolutely rancid. Yeah, both Muxus and Greasefang, yeah. I mean, at least removal spells are good against Greasefang. Like, that's the biggest thing about Muxus, right? Like, it's actually just a 1-card combo. You have to have a counter spell or a discard spell or some narrow specific hate card like Cage or Containment Priest. They just put enough stuff into play that I can no longer attack to win the game, Tumos. They weren't going to kill me that turn, but we couldn't win the game anymore. Weren't literally dead, but it was an insurmountable board state. Not close.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Yeah, that's a good concise way to put it, Precipic. Man, if this had been an untapped land, we'd be so much better off. I might cut this castle, chat.
Drop it.
I am not convinced that this castle is good.
I really don't have time for you.
uncastable.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Good use of the turn 6 Inquisition. Looking at my graveyard. I think it's too risky to try and kill their Liliana here. I think we just let it take one and then play this out. I don't really care if it pluses. My hand is empty at this point. Oh, actually, we can just redirect the 1 damage from Shadowheart, Sharran, Cleric to their Liliana the Veil to finish it off, which is nice. Oh, that's weird. I didn't get to redirect. Did they digitally errata that shit?
We all have things.
Their archetype is just barely above 50% on Untapped. Ooh, it's at 53% today. It's been above 50% since September 9th, so for like a week and a half. People were still playing Jund when it was sub 50%. That is accurate. It being sub 50% did not stop them. Do we think they have a 1-drop for me to Fragment Reality 2 drops into? I could go either way. I'll leave one in. We'll find out. Yeah, Fable the Mirror Breaker is a card Jund gets to play, which is real good.
Something suspicious is going on. I've always hated clowns.
Is it greedy to leave Liliana alive? Maybe. I'm gonna do it anyways. Man, maybe I'm supposed to play a couple of caves over a couple of pathways just so I can use them to trigger Shadowheart on my turn.
Don't overthink things.
I could see Cave over Castle being good, honestly. We've yet to activate Castle, and we have so many mana sinks. I think Death Shadow is just a bad card, chat. It's like a relic of Boomer's past. Feels like they have Fatal Push. Kinda wanna just pass. And not let them trigger Revolt, because they shocked this in last turn. Good draw.
Oh, that's nasty.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Okay. Remember it like yesterday when I first subbed to the person yelling at the children's card game, and now it's been 3 years in Corona, so it's actually like 5 years worth of time. It's for the 37 months played. Ah, chat, we're gonna lose to the person that left Inquisition in the Liliana Mire. It's a good series of runners for them there. Chat, when the pandemic lockdown started, Haley wasn't even born. Now she's old enough to say the words, "I don't want to," when I tell her it's time to go to bed. It's been a while. Now we're here. How old is she? A little over 2. She thinks she's 5. She wants to do everything her brothers do. Does her very best to keep up with them. Elf matchup. Get Triumphant Adventurer going. The fact that they didn't do anything on turns 1 and 2 is obviously great for us here. Let's see if they double spell this turn. No double spell here is huge. It means my, actually, would we rather, I think I'd rather Fatal Push and get Shadowheart Cleric down. And Triumphant Adventurer can head on into the Tomb of Annihilation here to make Knight of the Ebon Legion trigger at end of turn. Because this damage can't count towards this 4 damage. It's a shame I don't have another white here, because I'd kind of like to start making knights, but I also want to hold up Fragment Reality this turn, I think. Yeah, I think Triumphant Adventurer is fine, zombie. It is a somewhat real card at a minimum. I want to be able to fragment an Archdruid here when they company into it. If they have company here, chat, it's just the classic Bond of Flourishing, Craterhoof Behemoth, Tyvarkel Collected Company Elf deck. There is literally no justice in the world. They're actually playing more than 60 cards.
I've survived an apocalypse.
They currently have 58 cards in their deck.
We're fit enough to survive. Fine. I'll take my zombies and leave.
Attack for lethal. Honest with you, chat, we got no idea what they're really doing over there. We'll bring in some removal spells and hope for the best. Opponent has 78 cards in their deck right now. Okay. know who's decking first. I mean, you're not wrong. Treasure token to be able to fatal push with revolt on demand. Yes, I want to target Elvish Archdruid with Fatal Push Magic. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out eventually. Rain and gain here. Hey, chat. Remember, you can't have any dessert unless you clean the opponent's board. Clean them out.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Dead. Alright, good chip. They're just doing the math, chat. They are allowed to stop and do the math. Keep playing in Historic. There's Black-White deck. Unless you mean Explorer after this, in which case I don't have anything picked out yet. I'm just gonna clear out Darcy here on one. What is this Death Touch Tribal? We are kind of Death Touch Tribal, aren't we? Does every creature in our deck have Death Touch or gain Death Touch? Everything other than Nadaar, huh? It's kind of funny. Didn't even realize that we were putting it together. A deadly bunch of individuals. Time to replace Nadaar, something like that. Alright, they're mono red, but Shadowheart Cleric can gain lifelink eventually. Need to get some Hooded Blightfang. Sheoldred should be pretty good here. It's not a format where roast is legal.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate. Drop it.
Drop it.
You're gonna need a good undertaker. We all have things we'd rather forget.
Blocks.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
All aggro, but I think this warrants being a little aggro.
Enough with the mysteries. One of your friends has to leave.
Oh, by the way, chat, if you live in the United States, it's National Voter Registration Day. Only you can stop fascism this fall. Remember to get registered to vote.
Knew this was a waste of time.
Untapped land is lethal. Creature lands. I really love my creature lands. Creature lands. Do 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 do. Bum 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 ba-do. Do 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 do. It's very possible that only 2 Sheoldred in my 75 is too few. Very, very possible. Having 8 1-mana removal spells is interesting in this matchup. Seems real good. This could be a Skyclave Apparition matchup too. Citystalker Connoisseur is a little slow. It's gotta be a mulligan, right? I guess it is Fragment into Night into Pump Night. I think I'd keep this at 6. I think it's 7. We can try and do better. Greedy and Bond will land and kept the night chip. Like to push that one off a cliff, please. Get it out of here. They're open to light up the stage, chip. Fired our face for the scry, so I assume they're hitting their second land here now. Them missing a beat could give us the tempo we need to win this game, though. Love for them to play a creature this turn, so we just edict them and then attack.
I'm tired of your secrets.
There's the light up the stage we suspected they had.
Fine.
1 for 1 there for us. So a little sleeper into double level sleeper. Just a resident sleeper, champ, and evolve resident sleeper.
When I win, you're telling me. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Feel like Liliana could be talking to my 7-year-old when she delivers that line, chat. Small children have actual zero idea the concept of personal space. What should we play in Explorer today, champ? We're gonna do 1 or 2 more historic, and we're gonna switch over. Anybody come across anything interesting, or is it just all red-black all the way down? D-big pile of pet cards. I'm seeing humans. Hit me, dealer. I am down to clown with some humans. Take away their other threat here, so we can Liliana edict them on 3. Yeah, Turf Doctor, for sure. Ship it. Oh, by the way, Chad, if you haven't seen this, this card's legal in Legacy. When Space Bellerin divides the battlefield into Alpha, Beta, and Gamma sectors, if any creature isn't assigned to a sector, its controller assigns it to one. Opponents must assign first. Creatures in each sector can block this turn only by creatures in the same sector. Just, yep, sure. Sure? Great. Lovely. That is a real Unfinity card.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault. Sacrifices must be made.
Hey, what's going on, Glitch? Yeah, we're gonna wrap up on some SAP today after Explorer. Well, chat, we're certainly not casting Thoughtseize this game. That is definitely a thing that is not happening. Are you about to, like, burn our face, untap, burn our face? That is exactly what is about to happen.
You won't be outsmarting me.
We are going to die next turn. Zero percent to untap here. Good job. Good job. This is yet another matchup where Fragment Reality is just like another Fatal Push, because their 1-drops just turn into nothing, which is great. We just cut 4 Thoughtseizes for 4 of those. I guess Citystalker Connoisseur is kind of bad. We'll bring in a couple of Skyclaves. It's a bad die roll to lose. We certainly win that game on the play. Win more die rolls, chat. You'll win more matches of Magic. That's all I'm saying. I'm the Cleric, I think. No, Nadaar's really good, chat. Chat, come on. Stop it, Chumos. You're better than this. Don't suggest I make changes to my deck after I narrowly lose a game to the mono red deck because we went second. Get some help here. We're better than this, Oglandia. But Nadaar is our only non-death touch creature. Ah, the truth comes out. It's been a death touch angle the entire time. Land's actually not a terrible draw here. Because, actually, let's go into here because we can gain life on the 3rd chapter. So I get to go tapped land, Lily plus.
Those who get in my way tend to I'm tired of your secrets.
I'll be right back, Jack. I need to run to the restroom really quick. Gonna be my turn.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
Do I give up Fatal Push? Do I give up Fatal Push, take a card out of their hand? I think so.
A fight? And you think you... We all have things we'd rather forget.
It's a good trade, I think. Have another Reckless Charge. Static Discharge.
Regret that.
It's a great draw.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Card's so good, shit. Creature lands. I really love my creature lands. Creature lands. Do 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 do. Happy with how we boarded. Run it back. How do we keep this hand shit? It had 5 castable spells and probably one of our best cards in the matchup. Obviously, it needs to draw some lands, but... I don't think I can make a push here, unfortunately. I'm also going to have to Fragment Reality this Dreadhorde, so I can't start drawing cards, which sucks because it's going to give them a 1-drop. They ported out their 1-drops? Yeah, maybe. Untapped land would certainly be ideal next turn. Feels like they have a play with fire here, so I assume we're not going to hit them for 4, unfortunately, but definitely want to clear out the sage here. Wizard's Lightning, also pretty good. Guidance is so powerful. Scry 1, draw a card twice for 2 mana is big game. Would have been less big of game if we would have had these out ahead of time, but it's what it is. Soul Scar Mage is insane for them because it gives them a way to kill Sheoldred over a couple of turns. We do have our backup at least. At least take them 2 spells to get through Sheoldred. Taking at least 5 here, maybe more. Any instant or sorcery they cast allows them to flashback Static Discharge with Dreadhorde Arcanist, which will put our Sheoldred in the dirt. So not looking great for our hero. It needed Sheoldred 1 turn sooner to tag them for some extra before they could Mentor's Guidance. Oh, do they not have a spell? Wow, that's insane for us. They're dead? Question mark? Alright, someone call the cops, Jack, because we just stole this game. I think the opponent realized what they did as soon as my thing activated. That was certainly the opponent's game to lose, and they chose to lose it. we take those. All right, I think my only commentary on card changes in this is, one, more Sheoldred is probably a reasonable thing to be doing. Maybe even split these 3-1 at the top end. Citystalker was fine, but Sheoldred was definitely better. Two, if you want to pretend like you have a shot in the Goblins matchup, maybe we turn these Soul Guide Lanterns into Runestones or Grafdigger's Cages or Containment Priests. Something along those lines to be more interactive there. Fragment Reality was pretty good pretty consistently throughout that set. The fact that it just, like, gets rid of 1-drops in most decks is really nice. It deals with miscellaneous artifacts in the blue-white deck. Yeah, felt like a pretty reasonable core for Evolve Sleeper and Knight, giving us 8 good 1-drops that scale up and use our mana was great. Shadowheart Sharran Cleric's a card that's been really impressive every time we played it. If you're looking for a Deadguy Ale-esque shell, this definitely felt pretty decent. Thanks to Lily and some other new cards from Dominaria.